Rishi Sunak's Home Office revolution, something that he's announcing rather than Suella Braverman, which is interesting as well. So, like Boris took over so much of the ministerial work of some of his more incompetent ministers, so Rishi Sunak is taking over the announcements that probably should be left to Suella Braverman, or at least to the incumbent Home Office Minister. So I think this is a good sign that he's lost confidence in this crazy, dream-obsessed minister, this crazy, dream-obsessed minister who stands at the ballot box and beats out a racist message. But of the 7 major proposals that Sunak announced, many of them are good, actually. 700 staff to monitor small boats. Good. A pledge to end the use of hotels. Excellent, because that's intrusive and wrong. Places to be converted to house migrants waiting to be processed. Great, but that also means we have to speed up the process of the processing. A commitment to double the number of asylum case workers. I wouldn't double that number of asylum case workers. I would quadruple that number of asylum case workers. A commitment to have more staff on the National Crime Agency to deal with gangs, particularly with the smuggling gangs. Well, that absolutely, and that should have been in place long ago. And not only across Europe, it should be targeting Libya and Turkey. These are the places where we know these gangs are particularly active. Plans for Parliament to set a quota for refugees coming to the UK, abhorrent. It's exactly the same sort of abhorrence that we would see in the quotas being put forward for the NHS. Something is either right or wrong. It's not statistical. And the last thing, which is particularly abhorrent, is to put forward new laws by next year to make it unambiguously clear, I'm quoting, unambiguously clear that if you enter the UK illegally, you shall not be able to remain here. So, again, I repeat what Suella Braverman said to a Conservative MP on the 23rd of November when he asked how a migrant seeking asylum might come to the UK from an unnamed African country when there were no safe routes available. And Suella Braverman conceded that the only way for a migrant to come was by small boat across the channel and then to claim asylum once they got across the channel, and that it was implied would therefore be legal. So again, we get back to this issue of nomenclature, of the value of words. When can something that is illegal be legal? It's madness. I think the government is planning to do something there, which again is sloganized rather than legal. And it's a waste of time. And much better to use our resources to staunch the flow of uncontrolled migration. There are many ways in which we can control and encourage migration, because actually we need migration. And one way for a responsible nation to behave is to make sure that people who are coming here in need are seen and helped. That is our duty under the 1951 Refugee Convention that we're still signatories to. Secondly, we need to make sure that people are not risking their lives to get here. They've already risked their lives in their own country. We shouldn't make that harder. And at the moment we are doing so. We had every opportunity to set up centres for processing people in France. We have every opportunity to set up centres for processing people. For example, in northern Albania. We haven't taken that opportunity. Presumably because of some sort of political ideology. That is wrong. That needs to change. And making laws and sort of sloganising is not going to staunch the flow, is not going to stop the problem. It's simply going to be challenged in the courts. We're wasting our breath, wasting our time, when we could actually be doing something useful. So Sunak, pull your finger out and stop messing around with words. There's a dictionary, use it.